Good evening, and welcome to this meeting of the Old Kings Highway Committee of the Town of Yarmouth, which is being held in accordance with Chapter 470 of the Acts of 1973 as amended at 7:15 p.m. on Monday, January 12th, 2026, at the Yarmouth Town Hall Hearing Room, located at 1146 Route 28, South Yarmouth. Moreover, pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, considering certain COVID-19 measures, this meeting is being run in hybrid mode, by which I mean live participation. Undoubtedly, there will be some internet via Zoom participation as well. 7 new applications for certificates of appropriateness and 2 tabled certificates of appropriateness will be heard this evening in the order listed on the agenda. Please be reminded that our committee's main purpose is to review items for appropriateness and setting, and it is the responsibility of the applicant to comply with the regulations of other town boards and departments, including building, conservation, engineering, health, zoning, and the sign inspector. You should know that there is a 10 calendar day appeal period starting once a decision is filed with the town clerk. Any person aggrieved by our decision tonight can appeal to the Regional Commission of the Old Kings Highway Historic District. Our office administrator, Lisa Sherman, will be happy to answer any questions you may have regarding this process. So as some of you may know, but for the benefit of all who don't, our process here is I will call each item in order as listed on the agenda. If present, the applicant and/or the applicant's representative or representatives will come before us, sit at the table in front of me, speak into the microphone, identify yourself or yourselves, and present your application without interruption from members of this committee or the public. After which, I will ask the committee to make comments and/or ask questions, and following that, members of the public, especially abutters, will be free to make comments and/or ask questions. And for that purpose, if you would be so kind as to stand to the podium to my front left, speak into the microphone, identify yourself, state where you live, and say your piece. So having said all of that, we will start with the first application on the agenda, which is 26-A001. It's to replace windows, siding, doors, and trim at 97 White Rock Road. Philip Wolfson is the owner. Rick Conway is the agent. Yes.
Hi, Rick Conway, owner of Cape Cod Carpentry Guild, Inc., agent, representative, and contractor for 97 White Rock Road.
Do you want to present your application?
Not really. I think it's all on there, pretty much. We're just putting in new Anderson windows, Hardy board and batten, and AZEK trim, corner boards, window trim, and roof line, soffit and fascia, brace boards. That's it.
Okay. Questions or comments from the committee?
I couldn't see it from the road. Is that going to change?
No. It's way back there, so
Is it going to be accessed off White Rock Road?
there's the driveway that's another house is in front of it, and that driveway is gonna stay there. Not gonna change.
Other questions or comments from the committee?
Yeah, also wasn't able, I didn't want to drive down the private driveway, so I couldn't see the existing house, and I can't really tell from the photograph, but do you know what the grid pattern is on the existing windows? Is it 6/6? Do
I
you know?
think it's nothing.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think there's any,
And you're
Frills at
proposing
all.
no grids
no.
for what it says?
That was like, I guess it was an old camp there, and that was part of one of those buildings of the camp, and it was probably remodeled in the 80s or something, and then not that like old window. It's a,
So the ones that you're proposing to put in are 6/1?
yeah, yes, now, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
The windows, doors, siding, and trim, that's it, no other changes. Okay. Any questions from the public, especially abutters? Apparently not. Accordingly, I'll entertain a motion on this application.
Move to approve 26-A001.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. So, Rick, if you would come up and sign this document, which only applies if you decide to make any changes, you'll let us know. Very good.
Thank you.
Good luck with it.
Thanks.
The next item on the agenda is 26-A002. It's to install a sign for a new business at 3 Enterprise Road. Michelle Shastwick is the owner. I'm sure I butchered that.
Trostiak.
Very good. You got that just right. Okay, present your application.
Thank you. My name is Michelle Trostiak. I have a new dance studio at 3 Enterprise Road in Yarmouthport, and I would like to install a sign over my door with black letters with white background. It's an aluminum plastic composite, and that's about it. It's 24 by 72 inches. It'll be fixed to the building.
Okay. Questions or comments from the committee? Questions or comment?
Now?
Sorry?
Is there a sign now?
There was a sign previously. It was the Millway Marina, and they had a sign on it, but took everything down when the business was sold. And
Any other questions or comments? Questions or comments from the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
Move to approve application 26-A002.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying not aye.
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 And aye.
thank you.
Welcome.
So as you've heard me say to the previous applicant, if you'll sign this, in case you decide to change anything about the sign, you'll let us know. Very good. You're all set.
Thank you. Good luck.
You too. Good night.
Good luck.
The next item on the agenda is 26-A003. It's to replace siding and trim at 7 Barnacle Road. Lisa Bartran is the owner. Cape Cod Custom Build, Inc. is the agent.
Hi, how are you? Hey, sorry. Linda Bedard, Cape Cod Custom Build. Happy New Year, everybody. Representing the homeowner, Lisa currently has existing clapboard on the front, which is Buxton Blue. Looking to change that to the Hardy Plank board. She has 2 tones. She'd like to use the Heavenly, which I have samples up here. It's pretty much like for like. Do you want to see the? This is the existing.
Which is,
Buxton
sorry,
blue.
which is existing?
This is existing.
This
right
is
here.
existing,
Yeah,
oh, right, okay.
And the heavenly blue is that one.
Yeah, no, I talked to her today. She said that there's nothing exact match, and so she's trying to get the closest one. Those both are pretty close. Thank you.
This is the Buxton blue that's on the house right now. This is the heavenly blue. Pretty close,
Okay.
those two.
Thank you.
That's the Buxton, that's existing, and that's the heavenly blue. There'll be some trim that is currently on that we will be replacing with AZAC. And then the left side of the house is a natural cedar that we'll just replace like for like.
Questions or comments from the committee? Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
Move to approve application 26-A003.
Second,
Been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 And aye.
Thank you very much.
So Lisa, if you'll sign this. Right there. Yeah.
Linda, Lisa. I knew some twins growing up who were named Linda and Lisa.
That's excellent.
Great.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good night. The next item on the agenda is 26-A004. It's to replace the front siding at 86 Pompano Road. Andrea Mazera is the owner. Andrea Yarmolovich,
Yeah, that's good.
great,
Yeah.
is the agent.
Hi, guys. Andrei Yarmoloj, Beeline Home Improvement. I represent my client, Andrei Mazheka. He's trying to renovate exterior look of his house. He wants to replace the roof, siding, windows, and probably some trim work with a composite trim. Yeah. So he proposed to replace the front vinyl siding that looks clapboard style with a hardy plank, same style. It's 4-inch exposure. And the color is very close to. It's the name of the color is Light Mist. It looks very similar.
Could you
to
bring
this-
that up,
yeah.
please?
Existing look of the house, right? with
That's right.
White vinyl siding, 4-inch exposure. It's weird, time to replace it, sorry about that.
That's all right, that happens every meeting. Okay, so-
James Hardy, very close to what
okay, thank you.
Windows, same style, vinyl windows with 6 over nothing. Same look of the windows. That's about it.
Okay. Questions or comments from the committee?
The application only addresses the siding.
I already got the approval for the roof, right? It was separate pulled, but I mean, it says on the application description that it's windows. I'm looking at it right now. It has a submission.
I don't see anything about windows on this application.
Detailed description of work, strip wall, asphalt roof shingles, or sidewall, vinyl on the front.
That's an express building permit.
It's not on this application.
That's no certification. Okay. All right, so the siding is over. Okay, what are we-
Siding is here, the
So
roof,
windows, it's the same, we're doing the same look for the solar. So the roof was already, separate, the application was approved.
building permit for the roof.
Express permit for the roof.
So, can I read the express building permit, what it says on it?
I'm sorry?
When you're done, I guess, I'll wait till you're finished, and I can read what the express building
yeah.
permit says.
Oh, by the way,
It was originally.
if you wouldn't mind speaking into the microphone so that it will become a matter of
Its
public
original
record.
was description, it was one, I applied for one permit, it was including roofing, siding, windows, then I pulled out in order to do the roofing sooner. It was a separate permit, was approved, so that's why it's not here. For the siding, we have to go through historic meetings, so that's why.
Is
I
the
was-
roof replaced like for like?
Correct.
Same materials?
Element asphalt shingles for asphalt shingles.
Okay, that's
yeah.
maintenance, so that doesn't come before us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I was able to locate the express building permit that was issued by the town on, let's see the date on here, I think it was mid-December, and the description of work that the express building permit covered that was apparently approved, this is the detailed description of work. Strip old asphalt roof shingles, old sidewall vinyl on the front, sterling gray color, and white cedar siding on the sides and back, and old windows 6/6. Install new asphalt roof shingles, moire black color, new white cedar siding on the sides and back, and gray color clapboard or hardy plank, and new Harvey windows with 6/0 grill pattern to match existing look of the house. So 6/0 is a change, and the hardy plank is a change. So those two are changes from existing. that
So,
would
I mean,
require
the windows,
permission.
it's no, I mean, it's, so we can keep it 6/6. I mean, this is what my client specified. So if it's an issue, we can, it's not really, make it that we can keep it 6/6.
I mean, if you want to just
Yeah.
apply for that,
Yeah.
we can, I mean, is it possible to add that to the application as an amendment? So we can discuss it, or what do you think?
So ordinarily, except for what's considered maintenance, which is precise like for like, same design, same
We can
material,
replace
same
exactly
everything,
Same style, yeah. So,
all applications for changes have to come to us first. So this is between us and the building department to straighten out. That's not on you.
yeah.
So given the fact that there has been so much water under the bridge already, I would suggest we take up Cindy's recommendation and add it as an amendment. Okay.
The windows, you mean?
the windows.
And the only thing that's different would be the grid pattern, right? Otherwise, they're the same size.
If you think that can create an issue because of the pattern, we'll change to 6/0, we can keep it 6/6 because there is really no,
These are the same windows that are being replaced. The new windows are the same.
The new windows, it would be same color, same pattern, yeah, so the only thing he was trying to simplify the pattern to save some money, because 6/6, it's more busier grill, more expensive the window, so.
So it's a
he was
minor
try-
change.
So what we're saying is if you would like to keep it as
Yeah,
6/1,
Yeah,
we can amend your application to add that to it and vote on that.
It's a procedural
It's a
thing on
procedural
our end.
thing.
yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
All right. Any other questions or comments from the committee? Any questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on the application as amended.
Move to approve application 26-A004 as amended, and we'll get amendment form.
All right.
Second.
So we're going to have you sign the amendment form, so that this will be a slight delay
Yep.
before you're excused. But in the meantime, if you like, you can sign this in case you want to change anything. Right there. Okay, great. And it'll be just a few minutes.
Make sense?
Yep. Okay.
We have to sign the amendment. You have to sign the amendment also? I don't know. We'll find out. Huh? We'll find out.
I don't think so.
Colleague is wondering if we have to sign the amendment as well.
We have not followed that procedure in the past. That's I'm the chairman. So, he's learning.
You may have heard.
Keep an eye on it. He's been known to forget that.
Okay. Okay, so now, if you'll just sign this one more document, you will be free to go. Right here. Very good. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Interesting.
Letting you finish the rest of this, Lisa.
I will, yes.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is 26-A005. It's to convert a porch to a three-season room at 1021 West Yarmouth Road. Stephanie Ledvendowski, TR, is the owner. Sand Dollar Customs is the agent.
Hey, good evening. Steve Bobola from Sand Dollar Customs. I'm representing Stephanie on this conversion. So we have a pre-existing deck with a roof over it that is currently with screen panels. We want to fill in half walls, put in side sliding white vinyl Harvey windows. In the lower half of the build-out, we're going to do white cedar shingles, which will match the existing. A minimal amount of trim, that will be white composite. So it'll be following with the overall style of the existing home.
Is that it? Okay. Questions or comments from the committee?
So can we assume the roof is staying the same, it's just not being changed, just staying there, and then you're,
That's correct.
Do you have to do any additional support, structural support?
That is in the, already permitted from the building department.
So, okay, just curious. Thank you.
Looks as if it's going to be very nice.
Excuse me?
It looks as if it's going to be very nice.
Says it looks like it's going to be nice.
Yes.
I'm sorry. English isn't my first
He
language.
speaks British, it's foreign language.
I didn't realise that until I came here.
He's a foreigner.
That too.
So this application came before us as a request for an exemption, and I decided that it needed a COA because of the magnitude of the project, and because I'm not fully convinced that at certain times of the year that it might be visible when it's done from 6A. You have to look for it, I confess, but anyway, so my apologies to you for putting you through this, but I felt it was more appropriate as a COA, and thank you for complying with that. Any other questions or comments from the committee?
Well, I was just going to mention that there is a fence along the property line that obscures the view of most of the, I mean, I walked down the abutting driveway and looked, I didn't go up to the fence, but I mostly only saw the roof from above the fence, so I think it's not too terribly visible, and it's changing anyway, so.
Any other questions or comments from the committee? Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on the application.
Move to approve application 26-A005. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, and I agree. It's very nice. So if you'll sign this, in case you want to change any aspect of it, you'll let us know. Thank you. You're all set. You too. The next application on the agenda is 26-A006. It's to build a garage at 61 Pheasant Cove Circle. Robert and Ann Wiggins are the owners. George Davis, Inc. is the agent.
Good evening. My name is Ben Davis with George Davis Inc., representing Bob and Nan Wiggins. Basically, we're proposing to add a small garage to the right side of their house.
Is that it? Are you finished?
That's it.
Okay. Questions or comments from the committee? So I'll start then. We've all driven by and inspected the property, and we've looked at the floor plan and the elevations and the plot plan, and I have some questions. My first, or one of my questions concerns the fact that there's a slight setback of the front facade from the proposed new garage as with respect to the existing garage. How much of a setback actually is there?
I'm not seeing a dimension, but it looks like a very small amount, maybe a foot.
Yeah. Could it be set back further? It almost looks like there's a mistake made, that it was meant to be even with the front facade of the existing garage, but it's just set back a slight bit. And I realize that that has implications for the back of the proposed new garage. So a follow-up question I have is, could it be slightly shorter than the proposed 23 feet? Is that the proposed total depth?
Yeah, it's a 14 by 23.
Could it be slightly shorter so that you can achieve more of a setback?
Yes, how much would you be looking for?
Well, more is better, but even an additional foot would help. I know you've got practical considerations, like to get vehicles in there, and so it can't be, there's a limitation to how deep the garage could be. I understand that, but I think it would make proportionately, it would make a nicer,
Excuse me.
it would differentiate the new garage from the principal house, because now the existing garage is going to be house space, not a garage. So, so that's one. I guess you could call it recommendation that I personally would make, subject to the opinion of other members of the committee. Excuse me. The second thing is, I noticed that the side elevation, let's see, which one do I mean here? The elevation showing the garage from the side shows that there is the roof line. There's an open portion for approximately the front half of that elevation. Talking about exterior right elevation, sheet A8. There's an open space there, and then there's an enclosed space in the back for the back half. And my question is, what purpose does that? Well, I'll ask, what purpose do each of those spaces serve?
So so from the exterior elevation, what you're seeing is a bump out on the back part of that garage.
Right.
For the purpose of storage,
Okay.
provided that it's already a rather small garage. And the reason that there's a bump out there has to do with the lot line. Essentially, it follows the lot line, which goes off at an angle
Okay.
For the setback?
for the setback, yeah.
So my question is, I realize that if you're looking at the house from the front, sheet A6, that the roof line only projects to, I'm going to say, about 4 feet less than it does when you consider the bump out, so that it's not, I worry from an aesthetic point of view about that the ridge of that roof extending too close to the ground. It's alleviated by the fact that you're not actually seeing the front of it, except when you go back halfway halfway on the depth of the garage. But I'm wondering if you really need that bump out. Might be cleaner if it had just a continuous eave on that roof, and also it wouldn't be quite so long overall. Is that bump out necessary?
So part of the, well, there are two things. Part of the deal with the width of the garage is that the floor structure in the existing house is quite a bit higher than the slab in the garage. And that was an existing case in their pre-existing garage. So there has to be a set of stairs inside of the garage in order for people to walk down to actually get to the level of the vehicles. So that's part of what accounts for the overall width. And then, additionally, it is on a slope. So I think that the concern about the roof line being too close to the ground might be alleviated a little bit by that fact. But if we have to pull it back, we can do that.
These are questions. These are not, I'm not mandating anything. First of all, I'm just one opinion on this board. But they're questions I had regarding, and we'll get to the redesign of the existing garage before, which I think greatly mitigates some of my concerns about the addition. So I think those are my questions. You could consider them concerns.
On the site plan, you show the new garage, but the bump out doesn't show.
Let me see.
Would that be within the space that you've shown, or would it be external to it?
I'm not sure if this site plan, what we show is the dimension of the bump out and that's carried forward, or if it is the dimension of the main structure not including the bump out. I'm not sure. That appears to be an oversight.
I think we need some clarity on that, for sure.
It's hard to interpret these drawings without dimensions or with the inconsistency between the site plan and the drawings. That's why we seem a little disorganized here.
So the previous approval, not too long ago, was for the garage that's now being converted to living space, correct? So originally they wanted that to be a garage, and then they changed their mind and decided to make it living space?
That's correct. It was initially a garage.
But I mean, that was constructed recently, wasn't it? Wasn't this whole project just recent, or no?
No, the garage has been a garage, as far as I understand, since the house was built.
Oh, okay,
So it's just a conversion.
okay, thank you.
Well, I think we need some clarity on reconciling the site plan with the elevations. And also, I would advocate for consideration for reducing the overall depth of the garage in order to make the setback more prominent. I think that would improve the proportions and aesthetics of the design. Any other comments or questions? Okay, I don't see anyone else present, so unless there's someone online who wishes to address this application, I'll entertain a motion on it.
Move to table. Application, which one are we on? 26 A006, until we get additional clarity on, to allow you to submit a revised plot plan that really shows what it's going to look like scale-wise, so it relates to the elevations. Anything else that we want them to add to it?
Do you feel you understand what, excuse me, what my concern is, that the concerns are, and
Yes, yeah, I
back
believe
with
I do.
I think we're close, is my feeling. But if we could come back with some clarity and we can reconcile the site plan with the elevations and then address the issues of the setback in the front, and also the consideration of the question of whether the bump out is really necessary, or could we have a consistent eave line on the roof? Okay. All right, so there's been a motion to table. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of tabling the application pending the applicant addressing the questions that have been posed? Say aye.
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 And aye. So, thank you. Okay, so. So we will move on to 26-A007, to add a front door with a covered entry at 61 Pheasant Cove Circle. Robert and Ann Wiggins are the owners. George Davis, Inc. is the agent.
So basically, we're proposing to do just that. This was initially a window when we were here last time and got approval for the first project. And the homeowner thinks that it makes more sense to remove that window and make it into a doorway.
Okay.
So, and in looking at the actual site today and the drawing of the existing elevations, it looks like not only are they getting rid of the garage door and putting in a person door, but the two little sort of transom-type windows have been removed, and you're proposing putting in two double hungs there, correct?
No, I believe that was on the initial
Where the double hungs
application.
were? I
Um,
don't remember if they were.
I think that this one just had to do with removing the third window on the right.
So the
in
original
making that
application was for
into-
3 double hung windows, and you just
believe
want to
so.
convert one to a door.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I tried to look up the old application, but I did, but I didn't get all the details.
So this door will be adjacent to the previously discussed garage, is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
And it has an overhang too, right? The door.
The door will have a covered roof structure, similar to what's shown here.
So I can imagine that the roof material will match existing on the rest of the house.
The roof material will be a standing seam copper,
Okay,
and it would be, I think, zinc coated, so it would be more of a gray.
okay, I don't think that's on the application. Maybe it is and I missed it.
Any other questions or comments from the committee?
25 to 8, that's the old one, 149.
And I don't believe we have anyone online who wishes to address the application.
Do we need to add anything about that rooflet cover? I don't see anything on the application about it. Does
So
act-
explain that again for
So
us.
the covered, the door, I mean, the
Yeah.
the rooflet over the new door, they're converting the garage door into a people door, and they want a little overhang that's gonna be standing seam metal roof. That's not on the application. Do we need to add that?
Probably should be.
I see in the, in the
It's on
description,
It's,
It's on this page, Cindy.
Right,
It's not on the
but it's
application
not on the
itself.
description of
The
proposed
description of
work.
proposed work. It doesn't say, it says small covered entry. It doesn't say materials or anything like that. In fact, the spec sheet on here was from the 25A 149 application, so. it's a little-
I see on the roof material, standing seam zinc coated copper.
No, we see where we see where that is. It's on the proposed elevations.
Material wood. So,
Page.
so here, the general specification sheet in this new application is a copy from last year's spec sheet, so it doesn't have the new specs on it. At least what I'm looking at, I don't know if that's what everybody has.
The question is, can we consider, are we nitpicking? Can we consider
Amend it.
this page to be sufficient as part of the application and part of the description of work?
Can we add to the application as shown on the
Show me
on A3.
standing seam, I see, standing seam, zinc coated copper.
You mean just write it in,
Yeah, that would be.
rather than make them, rather than vote on it as an amendment?
whichever way we can do it procedurally, but just refer have the application.
I almost feel as though maybe it's not really necessary to do anything. It's part of the
Really
packet.
indicated here, yeah.
We could, let's come to a decision on this. How do we feel? What do we want to do, if anything?
I'm for it. I think it'll look nice.
That wasn't the question.
Do we want to,
Question is, do we want to move on this as
Submitted.
proposed, or do we want to amend it?
I support my colleague on my right who said reference page A3.
Okay. Shall I just write that in there?
sure.
Okay.
By all means.
The page numbers.
Okay.
Page, oh, there we go, A3.
I think the intentions are clear here, so, the intentions are clear here, so we just need to dot
Yeah.
the i's and.
Okay,
Sure,
okay,
that's
we're doing
that's
that.
fine.
Okay.
Let
I
him do
didn't-
it. Just
I
let him
didn't-
do it.
I didn't see
This
that
is
part.
an administrative issue, that's,
This is on us, not on you.
okay. Okay, so do I hear a motion on this application?
I move to approve application 26-A007.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. So, as you may have heard me say before, if you'll sign this, in case you decide to make any changes, you'll let us know. Right there. Thank you. You're all set.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So. Do that. Yeah, we'll do it at the end. The vice chairman's pointed out that we do have an election tonight. We'll vote on that after we are done with the agenda. So we have two table items, one of which, the first of which is 25-A177. It's to install 16 solar panels on the front roof at 28 Winsome Road. Allison Bosk, or Bosky, I'm not sure which, is the owner. Trinity Solar LLC is the agent, and we need to untable this application.
I move to untable 25-A177.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of untabling 25-A177 signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. And now we will hopefully hear 25-A177. If either Allison or Trinity Solar LLC are physically present or here online.
Are you
Hi,
Allison?
good evening.
Do you want to come up?
My name's Michaela. I'm representing Trinity Solar and Allison Voss for the proposed 16 solar panels on the front roof at 28 Winsome Road.
Okay. So I judge you're Allison.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
No, but I wasn't, I'm sorry, I wasn't addressing you. I was
Oh.
addressing Allison, who's physically here in the room with us.
Oh, I can see her
Sorry
now,
for that.
yes.
Okay. Now we're all ears.
Yes, so it is a 16 panel, 6.56 kilowatt system on the front roof. It is not visible from 6A. There are trees blocking the view from the house.
Is that it? All right, questions or comments from the committee?
Well, my comments are that this house is very close to Route 6. I did not see other existing visible solar panels on that road, but like I said, it's very close to Route 6. And I don't have a problem with it being visible. It's a nice rectangular pattern of the way they're set up.
Do you know how old the roof is, Alice?
I'm in the process of getting a building inspection for a new roof as well, before I get the solar panels.
Smart idea.
So that is the next move.
And
A building inspection sticker on my door,
that's for the roof.
yeah, for the roof.
So what color roof are you proposing to put on?
Same color as it is, charcoal gray.
So the existing roof looks like a lighter gray.
Yeah, I'm not sure, somebody came and I was just trying to go, tip
Yeah,
for
we'd
tat,
like to
same
see
thing.
a darker color so that the solar panels blend in better, then they don't stand out quite as much if it's a dark charcoal or black roof.
I've never done this before, so I'll learn as I go.
I do believe Trinity is doing your roof as well, is that correct?
Yes.
I do believe they are doing a charcoal gray, which is a bit darker than the roof now.
Great,
Yes.
Okay.
okay.
Other questions or comments?
Forgive me, I can't remember from the site visit, but the front faces south.
It's facing the highway, so I'm basically on the side road, off Placid and Winsome,
Yeah.
facing towards the highway. I'm not facing actual White's Path, Great Western.
Right, we're just curious as far as, the anger for the sun. So if it's southern exposure, it's
I
probably
am not
preferred. You're not sure?
expert, but yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I believe they did do self-facing panels
Yeah, it looks
just
like it. Yeah, there's a
for optimal sunlight.
compass rose here. Looks like it is south.
yeah. So it will not be facing the road, just towards the other side.
So, questions or comments? Any other questions or comments? So, you're going to be a pioneer. if we approve it, which I will vote on it right now. Do I hear a motion on the application?
I move to approve application 25-A177.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval of the application signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. So Allison, before you leave, in case you change your mind, you'll let us know. Which you're attesting to by signing this.
Another lefty.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, good luck.
So, the next tabled item is 25-A118. It's to add a fence to be used as a trellis at 232 Route 6A. Michael Palmer is the owner. We need to untable this application.
Move to untable application 25-A118.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor of untabling 25-A118 signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. And now hopefully we will hear 25-A118 if Michael Palmer is available. And he is not. So we need to retable 25-A118.
Move to retable 25-118.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of retabling the application signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
And aye. All right, so I overlooked the election, which is required of us, so we need a nomination for the 2026 chairman of this committee.
I move to elect, or I nominate Robert Wilkins as chair for 2026.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of electing Robert Wilkins as chair for 2026, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Abstain. All right, we need to have a nomination for a vice chair for 2026.
I nominate Cindy Ecker for vice chairman in 2026.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of the appointment, election, or nomination, or all three, of Cindy Ecker as vice chair of this committee for 2026, signify by saying aye.
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 And aye.
Same.
Okay, that's done. Congratulations to the two of us. Or
Amen.
woe is us, as the case may be. Anyway, so now,
Minutes.
we have one item under new business, and I thought it would be of some interest to this committee. I attended an appeal hearing for a vinyl fence application that was approved by the town of Sandwich. And interestingly enough, Sandwich does not prohibit vinyl fences in their historic district. So that was a consideration. Another consideration or problem that the committee had to deal with was the fact that the vinyl fence was already installed without approval, and the applicant, when advised that that was a mistake, said, "Oh, gee, we dropped the ball." So the other pertinent aspects of the appeal, a neighbor appealed the approval, was that the fence was very large, very tall, extensive. In fact, there were component elements of the fence that were 8 feet tall and highly visible because the house and the fence were on a bluff, so that one neighbor in particular, was looking up at this very imposing, long, and large fence made of vinyl, white vinyl. Compensating feature of or aspect of the application, the original application, was that the house was on a cul-de-sac in East Sandwich, in a short street just south of 6A called Manor Drive, 19 Manor Drive. So the committee approved the application. They suggested to the applicant that they could try to screen out this fence, which would have been a daunting proposition, but that they could not compel the applicant to screen out the fence. Anyway, the commission voted to reverse the town's decision, and considered that the town had exercised, that the Sandwich Committee had exercised poor judgment and was erroneous in its action, and so Sandwich got reversed. So for a lot of reasons, I thought that this was worth bringing up tonight, because of the ways in which Sandwich improperly, in the judgment of the commission, dealt with this application in the first place, and also the interesting fact that that the individual towns in the historic district have their own set of. We all are governed by the bulletin, but within the bulletin, we have our own individual rules and regulations that may not be consistent from one committee to another. So that's that, and now we need to approve the minutes of the December 8th hearing.
Move to approve the minutes of the December 8th meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval of the minutes signify by saying aye.
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 And aye, and well done as usual, Lisa. Thank you for that. The next meeting will be January 26th, 2026, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Aye.
And aye, and we are adjourned.
Very good.
Recording stopped.